Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. I hope you all are doing great, and for the first time in a long while we are going to do a positive post-match analysis, and what a performance we have witnessed and have been treated with by our favourite club. When the pressure was on, our players showed how to deal with it, and we will talk more on the dominant display of Real Madrid in this match review, so let's get started. First of all, in my opinion, this was the best performance that Real Madrid have put up all season, and where credit is due, we will not hesitate to give it. Yes, the performance against Barcelona was also good, but this was a different level, a different standard. I can't even recall when we had a game where we had control throughout the match. Barring those 10 or 12 minutes in the second half, it was all Real Madrid, and weren't we all thrilled by the way Real Madrid showed what they are capable of? Going into the match, we were expecting Inter to fight tooth and nail in this crucial match, but Real Madrid with this performance made Inter look absolutely toothless, and it was beautiful. It was so comfortable and it was so confident from Real Madrid. We were all hoping and wishing for a great result after seeing the poor start to the season. The scope for optimism was less, but our hopes were still intact, and hope Madridistas can do magical things. The players have stepped up to show why Real Madrid can never be written off. You can't underestimate us in any way possible. It was a night in which Zidane got his selection right, he got his tactics right, he got his substitutions right, and yes, in the end, he got the result right. They almost made Inter look like a bottom table team and not a top tier side of Serie A. And to top it off, we did it without a captain, without a leader, Sergio Ramos, who recently has been nominated for the FIFA's The Best Awards in the category of Men's Best Player. Coming to the first half, we were off to a flying start. Right from the early minutes, we had complete control of proceedings, and that early goal in the 6th minute just set up the tone for the match. It was Hazard who passes from the left flank to Odegaard, and Odegaard picks out a white shirt, completely free, loitering inside the penalty box of Inter Milan, and guess who it was? Nacho Fernandez. And who possibly could have thought Nacho, who was filling in for Sergio Ramos in centre-back, would be in such advanced territories? Nacho was caught from behind as he was going to take a shot. Barella fouls Nacho inside the box, and the referee had no doubt in his mind as he pointed towards the penalty spot. In the absence of Sergio Ramos, it was Eden Hazard who stepped up to take the penalty, and he slots it past Handanovic. Handanovic went the right way, but the penalty was taken well, and Eden Hazard scores a goal in the Champions League for the first time since November 2017. It has been a long time since he scored in the Champions League, and what was great to see from Real Madrid was that after the goal, things got even better. Vasquez came very close to scoring in the 12th minute as he hit the post far away from goal, and Mendy had a very decent opportunity to get his shot away and have a go at goal in the 17th minute, and it so easily could have been 2-0 had Mendy gone for goal rather than putting in a too powerful cross for Vasquez. He should have tested the goalkeeper there rather than shying away from taking the shot. Inter were trying to get the ball, but they just couldn't. The midfield of Real Madrid had Kroos, Modric and Odegaard, and these are ballers. They showed up big time with the ball possession, completely controlled the tempo of the game, and Inter were just chasing Real Madrid from one side of the pitch to another. They couldn't get a sniff of the ball. Gradually, the frustration was creeping in for Inter, and finally Inter did create an opening in the 32nd minute. It was Arturo Vidal who had found the ball in Real Madrid's penalty area. He tries to get his shot through, but to his misery, it was Varane who got the foot to the ball ahead of him. Toe poked the ball away as Vidal went down to the ground. Inter were appealing for the penalty, but the referee Anthony Taylor was unmoved. He had no intentions of entertaining the appeals of the Inter Milan players, and Vidal just could not control his emotions there. He felt hard done by and started heckling the referee. He got a yellow initially, and having got a yellow, he gets in the face of the referee, and from that point on, we knew what was coming. He had to be red carded there. The referee looked deep into the eyes of Arturo Vidal and gave him the marching orders without any hesitation. Inter were finding it tough to compete with Real Madrid with 11 men on the pitch, and after the red card, Inter were a goal down and more importantly a man down. Everything was going in the way of Real Madrid. We went into halftime with high spirits and with the scoreline 1-0. In the second half, Inter did try to get things in control, and for a very short period in the early stages of the second half, they were looking very decent. They were looking looking to get back into the game, but Zizou picked the momentum shifting and made a very timely intervention with 2 substitutions. He brings in Casemiro for Odegaard and brought on Rodrygo for Mariano, and just within seconds of stepping on the pitch, Rodrygo, like a super sub, gets himself in the right place at the right time and takes a shot which ended at the back of the net. Vasquez had put in a perfect cross, picking out Rodrygo in space at the far post, and Rodrygo with the outside of his foot hits the volley, gets the second goal for Real Madrid. The ball did take a slight deflection of Hakimi as Rodrygo hit the shot, and hence it was given as an own goal. The goal did come against the run of play. Inter were in the ascendancy at that point of time. The momentum was in their favour, but Real Madrid got a very timely goal to put things to bed, and from there on, Real Madrid were never troubled by Inter Milan. In fact, things got so comfortable towards the end that Real Madrid were at walking pace. Here, have a look at the picture in the 82nd minute. Real Madrid were just keeping the ball with themselves, and Inter just had lost the will to chase the Real Madrid players. It was always going to be an uphill task for Inter to get back in the game with 10 men on the pitch, and they just could not keep chasing the Real Madrid players. They looked tired, they looked disenchanted, and it was all smiles for Real Madrid as the referee blew the whistle. Now, let's have a look at the position of Real Madrid in the group table. As you can see here, Real Madrid are second in the table with 7 points. Mönchengladbach are top of the table after they inflicted a crushing 4-0 defeat on Shakhtar Donetsk, and Real Madrid will be facing Mönchengladbach in the next Champions League game on match day 5. Certainly, with this result, Real Madrid have got themselves in a much better position. There is a big goal difference between Shakhtar and Real Madrid as well, so Real will be feeling much more comfortable, and I must say it was a very satisfying performance from Real Madrid. The players and Zidane knew the importance of the game, and going away from home, Real Madrid have created history by beating Inter for the first time at San Siro. Earlier, Real had played Inter 7 times in their home ground, but they had only managed 2 draws and 5 defeats. So that horrible streak of poor results away from home against Inter is over, and it's time to be happy for Real Madrid. The players yesterday played like a strong unit. They maintained the upper hand throughout the game, and it was delightful to see Real Madrid show its true colours. Eden Hazard, a main man in attack, he did some decent work in the game. He isn't quite at his phenomenal best yet, but he is getting there. Slowly and steadily, we can see the improvement in his game. He went on a few good runs, made some good moves, and that goal will help his confidence to grow even more. Our defense also looked solid throughout the game, and it was a complete performance. A performance that we have craved for a long time, and finally, we have something to be positive about Real Madrid. After the game, Zidane in his post-match interview looked logically pleased, and assessing the performance he said, "We had a great match. We knew there were 3 important points, and this was a final like always. We played with character and heart and deserved the 3 points." Lucas Vasquez had also put in a good shift against Inter Milan. He was important helping out in defense, and he did get in some threatening positions in front of goal, and as discussed earlier, he came very close to scoring as his shot hit the post. So naturally Zidane was full of praise for him. He said, "He's an important player for us, for the team dynamic. He always goes out and plays hard for the first to the last minute. We are happy with what he's doing. He is a youth graduate, and he has Real Madrid in his heart, giving all when he has gone out there on the pitch. We'll see further down the line, but I don't think a lack of new contract agreement will happen. Players like him deserve to stay." Zidane there speaking about the contract extension of Vasquez, as his contract is set to expire next summer. Last but not the least, a few words of condolence for the superstar Diego Maradona. Maradona, one of the greatest to grace the game, and in the eyes of many the greatest player of all time, took his last breath yesterday. The world of football has lost one of its jewels, but this legendary man shall never be forgotten. As long as football stays significant on this planet, Diego Armando Maradona Franco will be remembered with great fondness. I think a vast majority of us on the channel here have not had the opportunity to watch this genius in action, but from the videos that are available on YouTube we can see what a master he was. And it's not just his skills on the pitch that caught the eye, his actions off the pitch, the character of Maradona, the leadership that he brought to whichever group he was a part of throughout his career. It's something that we don't see very often, and this man shall forever be spoken about with great compassion, and his life shall be celebrated with great jubilation. I extend my condolences to his family and friends. Diego Maradona, gone, but will never be forgotten. Now that is the end of the match review. Let me know, what did you make of the performance of the players against Inter? Were you thrilled? Were you surprised? I leave the entire comment section to you. And let me know what emotions you felt as Real Madrid beat Inter 2-0. There will be more performance analysis of the game in my next tactical analysis video that I will be posting tomorrow. If you like what you heard, do leave a like and your comments on the way out. And for more Real Madrid content, do consider being a part of this wonderful community that we have created by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon for instant notification of my videos. I will see you soon. Till then, stay safe, glory to Madrid, and as always, Hala Madrid.